So, 'tis the season come upon us, almost. I mean, ever since like July, you could go into basically any Home Goods, TJ Maxx, Marshalls, whatever, and find tons of Halloween decorations. So I think late September is the time to begin speaking about horror books for the fall. So let's get our spooky reading set in order. Okay, so some that are already out and some that are just anticipated. We have a nice little mix. So you can start out with some stuff you can read now that's new, and have some stuff on your radar that is on its way. So let's start. So I have a couple that already came out in August, and that's going to be House of Bone and Rain, and that's by Gabino Iglesias. This one is after their friend's mother is murdered, 5 childhood friends in Puerto Rico vow to take revenge on the drug kingpin responsible. As they plan their attack, a deadly storm approaches, bringing with it evil spirits and ancient curses that may spell their doom, blah, 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 blah. You might want to read this one if you like supernatural horror. It has some gang violence in it. If you like gang violence, I hope you don't, honestly. But I have this written down as like one of the themes that's going on. I'm sorry, that doesn't really work. Okay, it's a coming of age story that involves like mysticism and stuff. Then we have Sacrificial Animals by Kaylee Pedersen. That one came out in late August. Nick Morrow returns to his rural Nebraska home to care for his abusive father on his deathbed. I was going to read that in a silly way, and then I was like, that's not silly. As old family traumas resurface, Nick becomes entangled in a dangerous affair with his brother's wife, Amelia, who may be tied to an ancient and sinister force. Oh dear Lord, that sounds bad. You should read this one if you're interested in books that center around family trauma, mythology. I feel like that sounded weird coming out of my mouth, but it came out of my mouth. Supernatural horror, and it also has queer themes. That's that on that. I feel like I'm missing something. Hello? Ignore me. Then we have The Queen by Nick Cutter. I just read The Troop and I freaking loved it. This one came out around my birthday, so that's exciting. So we have Margaret Carpenter receives a mysterious message from her missing best friend Charity, who has been gone for over a month. As Margaret investigates, she uncovers shocking truths about a secret gene manipulation experiment and Charity's true identity as Subject 6. Oh, I love that. But why is it the queen? Are they like homecoming queens, or she's like a queen bee or something? I don't know. I'm interested. You should read this if you like dystopian horror, genetic experiments, conspiracy, and psychological horror. Fun, fun, fun. Some other ones that are already out are Haunt Sweet Home by Sarah Pinsker. These ones came out in September. We have Mara takes a job as a night shift production assistant on her cousin's ghost hunting reality TV show. As she sets up fake scares to spook homeowners, she begins to suspect that the hauntings might be more real than anyone anticipated. I kind of like that. A ghost hunter reality show sort of thing. Kind of reminds me of episode 13, which I really enjoyed. You might like this if you like ghost hunting, obviously. Reality TV shows, supernatural horror, and self-discovery. Then we have So Thirsty by Rachel Harrison. I still haven't read of Rachel Harrison. I've been meaning to. Have a couple on my shelves that I'm meaning to get around to someday. So this is Sloane Parker is stuck in a life she hates, but her best friend Naomi plans a wild birthday weekend to shake things up. When a night out turns deadly, the two friends are thrust into a terrifying battle for survival with a group of mysteriously seductive strangers. This is very, if you like vampires, dark humor, supernatural horror, friendship drama. Kind of love this. I've been currently watching Supernatural, so I don't know why. That's just reminded me of Supernatural in a way. Maybe it's that WB horror vibe. I feel like I'd love it. And then we have This World Is Not Yours by Kemi Ashing-Giwa. And this is Amara and her fiance flee their murderous family to join a colonization project on a hostile planet. When a rival colony awakens a deadly force, Amara must confront past betrayals and fight for survival in a world that seems determined to consume them. Oh my God. Space sci-fi horror, very alien. I mean, it's not very alien. Maybe it's like one of the alien movies, not the first one. But this is if you like dystopian fiction, space horror, survival, betrayal. I hit the camera, sorry if you moved. Devils Kill Devils by Johnny Compton. This one, September 24th. I think this is when I'm posting this. I don't know yet. Anyways. So Sarita has always been protected by Angelo, the guardian angel who watches over her. But when Angelo murders someone she loves, Sarita must confront the dark forces surrounding her and embrace the evil within if she hopes to survive. This feels very dramatic, but I also feel like I might love it, but I might have really loved it when I was younger. You know what I mean? You probably like this one if you like supernatural horror, guardian angels, inner darkness, fast-paced action. That's exactly what it sounds like. Then we have Graveyard Shift by M.L. Rio. Also September 24th is the release date. Is this the person that wrote that one with the eyeball one? I think it is. I think I keep thinking it is. Maybe it's that other person. Anyways, don't listen to me. 5 night shift workers at a cemetery discover a mysterious open grave that wasn't there before. As they investigate, they uncover a series of strange events tied to a string of recent mysteries that may lead them straight into danger. You would like this one if you like gothic horror, ensemble cast, ghost stories, and atmospheric suspense. I like it. It sounds mysterious and scary and blah. Then we have Sleep Tight by J.H. Markett. This one also comes out September 24th. Everything comes out September 24th and October 1st. You'll see. So the only survivor of a notorious serial killer may hold the key for stopping a new spree of murders. When a new killer calling himself the Outcast emerges, Detective Tess Claiborne must revisit a traumatic past to save her daughter from becoming the next victim. So serial killers, psychological horror, detective story, old school horror. Love that. Detective stuff. In my horror, that sounds fun. I think I've said before, I don't know how much detective stuff I've read. Or I hate detective stuff. We'll see if I read this. Last for September is I'm starting to worry about this black box of doom by Jason Pargin. This is the person who wrote John Dies at the End. And it's kind of funny. I've been following him on TikTok for a long time, and I didn't realize he was the guy that wrote John Dies at the End because he used to go by a different name, a pseudonym, and I knew he was an author and he was writing, and he has the best TikTok if you don't follow him. And I was like, I really hope this man makes it as an author. He's made it. He's made it, but he's great. So the synopsis is a driver is hired to transport a mysterious black box across the country, but the strange conditions of the job suggest something far more sinister. As rumors spread of an impending terror attack, the truth behind the box may be even stranger than anyone expected. Road trip thrillers, surreal horror, conspiracy, mind-bending mysteries, also humor writer as well. So it's like thriller, horror, humor comes together. So then we have October releases. We're starting out with a nonfiction, which is pretty exciting. It's like a horror-themed nonfiction. Love that. It's called American Scary, A History of Horror from Salem to Stephen King and Beyond by Jeremy Dauber. October 1st. This one is a sweeping history of American horror that traces the genre's evolution from the Gothic tales of Edgar Allan Poe to modern-day horror films of Jordan Peele, exploring how horror reflects the fears and anxieties of American society. So if you like nonfiction books, if you like horror history, cultural analysis, literary criticism, we have some movies, we have some books. If you just like it scary, then yeah. Fang Fiction by Kate Stayman-London on October 1st as well. Tess Rosenblum's life changed when she discovered that her favorite vampire novel series is real and the sexy villain is trapped in the real world. She embarks on a dangerous and romantic adventure to save him, but the line between fantasy and nightmare blurs. Okay, so we have vampires, fan fiction, fantasy adventure, and we have romance. It's kind of a horror, it's kind of a romance. It's a melding of genres that I'm interested in. Also, if you have any like horror romance recommendations, please give them to me. I've been interested in that. Then we have I'll Be Waiting by Kelley Armstrong, also October 1st. This is Nicola Lawton's husband promised to wait for her in the afterlife, but after his tragic death, Nicola is haunted by strange phenomena in their family's beach house. As the spirits grow more malevolent, that is a hard word for me to say, Nicola uncovers dark secrets about her past. So you'll like this if you like haunted houses, paranormal horror, ghost stories, family secrets. Sounds good. I kind of like this, like more so insular horror, if that makes sense. Whatever. The Bog Wife by Kay Chronister. This also comes out October 1st. The Haddesley siblings must confront the collapse of their supernatural family covenant when the bog that sustains their family fails to produce the magical Bog Wife. As long buried secrets resurface, they struggle to escape their ancestral fate. I had a really hard time reading that whole thing. What's wrong with me? So this is folk horror, family sagas, rural setting, and supernatural packs. Sounds good. I like kind of this small town, or like, I don't even know if it's a small town, but more so family ritual, close-knit family secret things. That's pretty exciting. Okay, and then we have Model Home by River Solomon. I love River Solomon. I really enjoy River Solomon. Anyways, October 1st. This is the Maxwell siblings return to their childhood home after their parents' mysterious deaths, only to find that the horrors they fled as children have grown even stronger. As they uncover dark secrets, they confront the traumas of their past. We have haunted houses, big haunted house fan, family trauma, social commentary, Southern Gothic. Then Red in Tooth and Claw by Lish McBride. This comes out on the 8th. Why do I have to like tell you with my fingers? I'm a child. This is disguised as a boy. Phelan Kelley is sent to the remote settlement after her grandfather's death. But when a monstrous creature begins killing the settlement's residents, Phelan must escape before she becomes its next victim. That seems like there's a lot going on, and it seems pretty interesting. Kind of reminds me of like Ava Reed in a way. I don't know why, but I'm just saying that. Werewolf, survivor horror, disguise, mysterious deaths. American Rapture by C.J. Leede. This might be the person with the Mayfly. I can't remember if it's M.L. Rio or C.J. Leede. I'm not going to look it up right now, but I will look it up later, even though I told myself that 400 times as I was constructing this. October 15th is the date it comes out. As a virus spreads across America, turning the infected into lustful monsters, Sophie must navigate the chaos to reunite with her family. Along the way, she faces challenges far worse than death in this apocalyptic horror. I love apocalyptic horror. It's also body horror. This must be the Mayfly person. I'm just betting on it. It has religious themes, love religious themes, and survival. This sounds like my number one. Next up is Feast While You Can, October 29th it comes out. In the remote town of Cadins, an ancient evil awakens from the caves as Angelina Sicko navigates her complicated relationships. She must confront the monstrous force that threatens to consume her entire world. Why do I speak like that? Body horror, we love body horror, sure do. Queer romance, small town horror, and dark fantasy. Chef's kiss. Lastly, we have what am I doing? For November. She's Always Hungry, Stories by Eliza Clark, November 7th. I feel like Eliza Clark is usually like a contemporary fiction writer. Am I crazy? Like a boy parts is that a horror? I really don't know. I don't know. I don't know what's happening right now. Yeah, but I really don't know. Is that she usually a horror author? A darkly comic collection of body horror and speculative fiction featuring stories about obsessive desire, fashion desire, and the lengths people will go to satisfy their hunger, both literal and metaphorical. So if you like short story collections, I can't speak, body horror, psychological horror, dark humor, you'll enjoy this one. That's the only short story collection I have here. But then again, I don't know how common short story collections that are horror are. Like, I have an okay amount of them, but I don't know how common they are. That seems like a back and forth sort of thing to say, because I just said I have a good amount of them and I don't know how common they are. It's not like I have the least common things in the world on my shelves. Anyways, that is it. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you find some things that you're interested in reading during the fall, in your spooky season, some things to pick up, some things to get from the library, maybe start putting them on hold sort of thing, or request them from your library. That's what I'll probably be doing, but because I'm trying not to buy new books. So that's it. Anyways, thanks for being here. Thanks for joining me. Be sure to like and comment what you want to read, if any of these are up your alley, what you think of some of these authors, or give your own recommendations. Thanks. Bye.